come with me as I get ready for our upcoming trip. Hey guys, it's Holly. We are getting ready to go on our vacation. It is days away and I've just got so much to do right now. These past several days have flown by so quickly. I thought once we were officially done with school, we were gonna have so much time to get things done. But of course, there are many other things going on to consume our time. My daughters had their big performance the second week in May, so the whole week was busy with theater, all the dress rehearsals and all that went into it. But it was definitely a fun time. They really enjoyed being a part of it. Then the following week, we had our standardized testing, and that took up a lot of time as well. The time has gone by so quickly, and now our vacation is coming up in days, and I have just got so much to do. On top of that, I wanted to give an update on my son. Now, in my last video, I talked about how he had broke his foot, and that was actually, as of now, about a month ago that had happened. We were, of course, very concerned with this family vacation we have coming up. This particular vacation does involve a lot of beach time and things that I knew he would not be able to do on crutches and really until his foot is completely healed. Well, the update is he went to the orthopedic surgeon and thankfully he is off the crutches. We don't have to take the crutches on the trip with us. That'll be very nice, but he is in a walking boot and he is supposed to always walk in that walking boot, and that is going to still limit us from doing certain things on this trip, unfortunately. Along with getting ready for this trip, I'm also researching some things that we can do down in that area that will be easier for him with his condition. Anyways, needless to say, I have a lot of things to do to get ready for this trip. You parents out there that have multiple kids know how much work can go into packing and prepping for a trip, either if you're driving or flying. Either way, it's still a lot of work. Now, I don't know, maybe you're a parent that just throws everything in bags the day before and you get it all done at the last minute. I need several days to prepare for a trip like this. That's just the way I am. So today I am out running errands, trying to get anything, extra we might need for the trip. Now, where we're going, there is Walmarts, Targets, grocery stores there. So if we forget anything, I can always get it later. It's not that big a deal. And where we're staying does have a washer and dryer. If I don't pack enough of something, I can always do laundry. That is always the beauty when you go someplace and you have a washer and dryer where you are staying. I know that as long as we've had kids, I've always tried to stay at a place with a washer and dryer. That's usually going to be an Airbnb, but staying at hotels, there's access to washer and dryers, but it's a little bit more complicated to use them when they're not right there in your unit, a private one. While there's a lot of things that aren't going to make packing for this trip too complicated, it's still just the busyness of life and the fact that there is other things going on top of getting ready for a trip. So come with me right now as I just prep and prepare for our trip, ultimately get everything done in hopes for a great vacation. Now, and I think I'm gonna make my packing list. I don't know, do you guys make packing list when you are getting ready for a trip? I do it pretty much every time we go out of town. Doesn't matter how long the trip is, I've got to make a list. I am a list maker, I guess, by nature. I think the next couple of days are gonna fly by really quick, but at least we get to look forward to something, and I'm so glad that it's the end of the school year, so we come back to just the summer vacation ahead of us. All right, the trip is getting closer, and we're out again today running some more errands. And we are also, me and my oldest daughter here, going to get pedicures today because I like to get my nails painted before going someplace warm and going to the beach. It's always fun to get a pedicure right before that sort of trip. So looking forward to relaxing a little bit before our trip and getting pampered at the nail salon. Time to get our nails done. it is packing time. Trip is still a few days away, but I actually start my packing several days before. I always try to get as much laundry done 3 days before the trip, and then I like to put clothes aside that I'm planning to take, because a lot of times my kids will then go and wear the clothes and I'm like, no, I want that for the trip. I will usually 3 days out from a trip put all their clothes out that I want to bring. And I mean, of course, if they need to wear a pair of shorts or something in the meantime, I will of course let them, but initially I like to get all the clothes put aside. So this is what I got going for this trip. I basically have a row here for each child. I like to be able to see everything laid out. So this is my oldest daughter's pile. I'm going to do 4 pairs of shorts, 5 t-shirts, and since where we're going, it's going to be pretty warm and hot, I'm also going to bring a couple tank tops. Then there's her bathing suit, and then this is her summer PJs. And for my second daughter, same thing. I got 4 pairs of shorts, PJs, 5 t-shirts, 3 tank tops, a bathing suit. The piles are pretty much the same for all the kids. This is my son's pile here. I just have 1 tank top for him in a bathing suit, and then my youngest daughter has the same as my older daughters. And I did get my kids all new bathing suits for this trip. My son's is still a little big on him, so I'm gonna have him wear his old suit. Another thing that I am bringing for my son are just these fun Hawaiian shirts. He doesn't wear these too often, so going to Florida I think is a great place to wear them. As far as the kids' shirts go, I actually do have 1 more shirt for them, and that's going to be in their pile of things that we're going to wear on our travel day. That'll be 1 t-shirt, a pair of jeans, and then of course there's going to be socks and underwear. For that I might actually do 7 pairs each. I don't know. They're not going to be wearing socks a whole lot. They're going to mostly be wearing flip-flops. That is the kids' clothing, and then I got to figure out my clothing and all that I'm going to pack. Now for this trip, our goal is 5 carry-on suitcases. We'll of course have our backpacks. The kids all have their own backpacks. My husband and I do as well, but we are just doing carry-on, and this will be for the amount of time that we're going to be gone. I actually see this as a bit of a challenge because we did it one other time for a trip, only taking 4 carry-on, but we were only gone for like 4 days. That was a lot more doable, but with this trip, it is going to be warm where we're going, so it should be fine as far as not having a whole lot of stuff because we're mostly wearing shorts, t-shirts, not a lot of bulky sweaters and long sleeve stuff. We're flying an airline where we have to pay extra to check in a bag, but every passenger gets a free carry-on suitcase as well as a handbag or backpack. We thought, yeah, let's just do it. So we ended up getting a 5th carry-on suitcase, and I think that'll do the trick. Looking forward to the challenge, to learning how to condense a little bit more with traveling. It certainly has become easier now that the kids are getting a little older. I don't have to bring baby gear with me, things like that. Usually when we can check a bag in for free, such as when we fly Southwest, I like to bring this big suitcase along because I could pretty much put all the kids' stuff in it and more, and it's just nice to keep everything in one big suitcase. And these suitcases by Samsonite I bought in 2020 and I have been really happy with. But like I said, for this trip, we didn't want to have to pay the extra for checking in bags. I'm just going with my carry-on. I used to be real big into always having a bag checked in because I just always worried about with carry-on, like what can you bring in carry-on these days? But I've gotten better about it. I've learned that it's really not that hard as long as I could keep those liquids in smaller containers. And also I've just been better with packing. I used to overpack all the time, and I always wanted the big suitcase on trips because I wanted to make sure I had enough room for all my stuff. Then if I, wanted to bring stuff back, souvenirs, whatever. But with future travel, I'm starting to learn that I don't really like handling those big bags. They're just so hard to lift if I need to. So if I can learn how to pack better and just do a carry-on suitcase, I think it's all for the best. We have a washer and dryer where we're going, so again, that should eliminate a lot of clothes, a lot of extra stuff. Anyways, always getting better at learning how to pack, and in this case, packing for 4 kids. on top of myself. I picked these up at Walmart for $1 each. I just thought they would be fun to add to the kids' travel bags. You know, it's not anything fancy. Seriously, my 12-year-old is probably too old for this stuff. She still loves it. She still loves getting this kind of stuff. All my kids love anything that has a theme. To have some activities to do that are summer vacation related, I think they will enjoy. Getting closer to the trip, the kids are just on the roof excited about everything. There's just a certain energy when they're packing up their backpacks for the plane ride, and everyone is just all pumped up. But I still have a lot of things to do before we leave in the next day and a half. We are leaving first thing tomorrow morning early. So today is the last day to get everything packed up, and I have to make sure everything is packed before I go to bed because I'm not going to have any time in the morning to do anything. But it is a beautiful day today, and my kids are all over at the open space across the street doing some outdoor fun, hanging out with some neighbors. So I'm glad that they are able to enjoy a beautiful spring day and stay busy so I can get some packing done and all the laundry. I'm trying to get every bit of laundry done before we leave. I did it. I managed to get all my things and my 4 kids' things into 4 carry-on suitcases. This will be great. We won't have to check in any bags. My husband has his own carry-on suitcase, so he will pack later on his own. I'm really glad I was able to fit all 4 of my kids' things, my things, with room to spare. Yeah, I think I did an okay job with the packing, even though it took me forever to do it. I always have the clothes laid out for the kids for the morning we leave. My son only has 1 sock. Because he is wearing the walking boot, he only needs 1 sock for 1 shoe. Yeah, this way they will have all their clothes ready so they can put them on first thing in the morning. Well, it's been a busy day, but I think I might have gotten all the packing done. It always amazes me just how long the packing always takes. I mean, I should know how to pack up the suitcases and do it pretty quickly at this point. And the weather that we are going into with this trip, it's, as I mentioned before, it's gonna be warm weather. It's not like I have to pack for, unpredictable weather and a variety of clothing. No, it was actually a pretty simple packing job for this trip, but it doesn't matter. It always takes me so long to pack, and I find that I spend, just an entire day before we go madly getting everything done. And also, as I mentioned, I was trying to get all this laundry done too before we left. But I'm happy that it's 5 o'clock now and I put my feet up and say, I'm done. I even got all the snacks and food packed for our flights. Yeah, we are ready to go on our vacation, and all this time packing will have been worth it. So anyways, I hope you will come and join us on our family vacation to Naples, Florida. Getting ready to board our plane to go to Florida.